Also, on a side note, this is how the upgrade kit turned out for allowing you to attach a stock to the base mold of this guy without having to take this part off and replace it. This piece just simply clips over this, and on the inside of the leg it has these little things that'll go in there at stop and act like stoppers, so that when the weight of this thing is on this doesn't want to come out and flex. It'll actually stay on there. So as an example, I will take this right here, and this thing's heavy. Like, this whole piece right here, this chunk is die cast. Then the rest of this here is all plastic, but it has, you know, mechanism in it. I'll show you how heavy this thing is. Look, I got a scale right here. Let's turn it on. I said turn on. Thank you. Freaking battery powered scales. Let's unclip this here. All right. That thing weighs about 1 pound. Oh no, wait. 12 ounces? You telling me it doesn't even weigh a pound? No. I guess you're right, it doesn't weigh a pound. So it weighs... it's comparable to that of the toy. I'd say it weighs just as much as the G1 Megatron toy itself. If it weighs 12 ounces, how much does this weigh? Yeah, a little bit more than that, and that's with the silencer or stock or scope. I can't talk today. This guy weighs like 2 pounds, I think. No, he weighs 1.5 pounds, but that's a good indication. This thing weighs about a good third of that, 2/3 of what that thing weighs. So it's hanging off the back of that toy. Okay, let's come back down here. So let's see how this thing will function on the back, because in case I didn't say it earlier, this kit that I got didn't come with the grip attachments to allow you to connect it to this, so I had to manufacture something that would allow it to work, and this works. You can kind of see what those struts in there are doing. They're holding it on there. There's one on the bottom here too that's helping out, and it holds it. I wouldn't be too rough with it, but at the very least you can have it on there and you can still hold it, and it works fine. So back on the topic of this stand, let's put him on there, and let's give him the ooh, yeah, don't just put the stock on there without the silencer. Put the whole thing on there, because it'll make it really unbalanced. I wish my stand was that good, but unless I want to weld something, I don't really think it can be that strong. This thing actually wants to fall that way, but I think it's okay. Wow. Look how massive this thing is. This thing is huge. Good Lord. Here, let me turn my autofocus on. There we go. Look at that. It's the first time I've ever owned the MP-05 with all those sets. The first time I ever got this toy was probably back in 2010, and it only came with the scope, and I was dying to get those other things, but they were too expensive. Either they were too expensive or nobody was selling them on their own for a decent price. But nowadays people are, you know, finally parting with everything, and I was able to get this and this, but he didn't have these pieces, which made that pointless unless you just wanted the platform, which I could care two shits. I could care less about. It's fun if you're playing with it, but yeah. So yeah, let's do a family photo. Let's put this guy in here, and I'm working on the MP-36 right after I touch up that stand a little bit, because there are issues with that stand. It is not perfect. These are all prototypes. This one, however, is final. This is the final stand. This is what I like. It works perfectly the way that I want it to work. Yeah, just look at that. I wish this camera had a wider lens, because these things are huge. Wow. Look at that. Look at these guys. They're so big. Well, he's not so big, but if you thought this thing took up a lot of space, I don't even have room for that thing. I don't know where the hell I would put it. I kind of wish I could make this like a 2-in-1, like a wall mount and a desktop stand, because this is a lot of that's a lot of work putting into this. Just to get it to do this is insane. I can't even rotate this. The silencer is gonna like touch the tripod. Oh man, this thing is a megalith. Jesus, Megatron. They call you Megatron for a reason. I do say this is probably the most definitive looking alt mode for Megatron I think ever made. The G1 toy is probably the best bang for your buck as far as how much space it takes up and how cheaper reissues are available for you to get this, but this guy here is he's on a whole nother level.